Hey guys, this is Phil Swift, and on today's gear review episode, we're finally got to the SIGI Forge Katana. And before we get into this episode, I just want to say that I understand that Japanese, traditional sport or martial arts like Kendo, Kenjutsu, they follow a very long tradition and they try to keep that tradition. So I apologize in advance for my ignorance, but just for a second, just imagine this, that there is a weapon out there that will, or sorry, not weapon, a trainer out there that will allow the Kenjutsu or Kendo or Aido practitioner to use this weapon and safely spar with others with certain equipment, of course, but it is a nonetheless, it is a katana that is made safe to spar. It has flex, it's blunted, it's made out of steel. It doesn't chip that easily, and so this could be, something to consider. But again, I totally respect the traditions that that has been kept for centuries, and I totally respect that. But like I said, just for a second, just imagine this, okay? Now, quick disclaimer. This trainer is obviously better for Kenjutsu, and in this review video, I'll be showing you practitioners of Kendo. Granted, like I said, it is better for Kenjutsu, but unfortunately in Newfoundland, there is no Kenjutsu practitioner. So I have to get the Kendo school to help me with this review. All right, so first off, let's talk about the Katana Stats. The length is about 103 centimeters long, which is about 40 inches in American. Now, blade length is 75 centimeters, which is 29 inches, roughly. The blade width, or at the base, at the widest part, is 3 centimeters, or 1.2 inches. The handle is about 27 centimeters, or 10.56 inches, a total with a pommel and suba. The point of balance is relatively 9 to 10 centimeters. And we have an Aido and Kendo practitioner, Wayne, who's going to talk about the point of balance just in a second. And the weight of it is just 1,100 grams, which is about 2.4 pounds. So it's a little bit lighter than some of the feathers out there. The flex is at 32 pounds, so I mean it's not too stiff, but it is definitely on the medium stiff side, I want to say. It's not like super flexible or anything. The handle material is cord wrap, and Wayne will go through that as well. It is definitely made for more durability versus the authentic feel of the katana. So here we have Wayne Pinsit. He's a practitioner of Aido and Kendo, and here's Wayne's opinion on the SIGI Forge katana. So how does it feel compared to the ones that you usually use?
It's very close to some of the idol that I use. And again, of course, there's no sharp bit. There's a dead edge on the idol, right? As opposed to shinken. Grip-wise, it seems quite good. A little heavier, probably, than what I would use. But then again, if you're using it for sparring and so on, you want to have some weight to it for grip. The Suba seems spot on. Right? It's nice and just the overall feel of it seems quite good. Of course, we tend to use almost like a threaded type gripping material on the actual Scott itself. But of course, then again, this is meant for durability. So obviously, if you're with a lot of perspiration and whatever, that's probably the better material to go with. Better than I thought.
He's actually doing a lot better than I thought too. I tried it and I sucked with it. Missed that. Oh, nice. I kept giving you ground and you took it.
So I received the SIGI Forge Katana roughly in November, and we've been sparring with it since. And so far it doesn't have that many burrs and damages except for this one big one, as you can see here.
Hello, my name is Wilson Humphreys with the Rock Kendo Club here in St. John's, Newfoundland, and today we got together with our friends at the Terra Nova School of Swords to do a little bit of steel-on-steel sparring. And today it was Phil Swift and myself, and we were trying out the Steel Katana from SIGI Forge. So I guess I'll give my initial impressions as a kendoka and how it felt actually sparring with it. So my initial impression, the profile of the blade was good, very comparable to things like our bout or yaito. So in terms of the weight, the bounce, how it felt holding the hilt for hasuji, was very comparable to a lot of the other blades that we handle. The thing that probably concerned me the most was the lack of the rigidity. I guess because I'm used to using a yaito or a shinai that doesn't have a whole lot of playability in the end. So I realized that playability has to be there in the blade to make it safe for things like JMA and HEMA, but I was worried that it might impede pulling off some techniques like ojiwaza or haraiwaza, those kind of things, or maybe just changing blade path quickly, that the hands would be moving ahead and the tip would kind of be lagging behind, or if that would affect Hinoichi, if the path of the blade would oscillate trying to execute a good cut. I was quite pleased to be proved otherwise. So once we were all suited up and got to trying it for a little bit, I was very pleased that a lot of the cuts and techniques that I wanted to execute, the waza that I wanted to do, went off without any impediment. So I was able to do things like haraiwaza and ojiwaza quite successfully, or at least comfortably. I can't say successfully because sometimes they would be countered quite easily too. So overall, the performance of it, I did like the performance. The blade profile was good, and in the end, the performance proved to be good as well. So I got to do the techniques I wanted to do, and it didn't feel unnatural to hold. In fact, it felt, like I said, it felt quite a bit like a bout or yaito. So in that regard, the feel of the blade and the performance of the blade held up to what I wanted it to do. So it definitely gets my seal of approval from that regard. I think in time I'd like to maybe ruminate and maybe try a few more bouts with it and get to know the blade a little bit better. In the meantime, maybe it might be fun to see a couple kendoka in heavier gear. Try it so you have two of the same swords styles going against each other, because we were doing Fior de la Berry against essentially Kendo Ito Ryu.